Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello, everyone. Aloha. How are you? How is everyone? I'm going to make sure my sound is up and that we're all good. Hi, Susan. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Carla. Hi, Laurel. How are you guys? How are you? I can tell you the truth. I've had a ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. It's how my day's been. How my time's been lately. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Bridgeline. We're happy to see you. So today I thought maybe I'll show you a couple of things I've been working on. But today I thought you're gonna go grab a drink. Oh, good. I got one. I got my iced tea. Today, hi, Linda. Today I thought maybe we would I'll walk you guys through how to make your own envelope. And then I think I'm going to make some painty papers so that I can fill my little envelope with painty papers. Like, make like a mini journal of painty papers. You have tea too? Oh, awesome. I'm kind of addicted to this yerba mate tea, this green tea, this yerba mate green tea. So, how is everybody? Tell me about what's going on with you guys. Happy Tuesday, everyone. How are you doing, Kayala? It's been a crazy week already. So if you guys want to join in, just find some paper and you guys, I don't even have a ruler, so I can't even tell you. I'm guessing this is close to a 4x6 envelope. Let me see if I have one close by. Hi, Jan. And just get some sort of papers that you might want to use for your painting papers, book pages, magazine pages. Hi, Sandra's Beads. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, all you lurkers out there. I don't have a ruler. I get here and I have the best intentions, but it really doesn't matter. You can make yours any size you want, but I'll walk you through how to make an envelope, and then, well, we're glad you're back. Hi, Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? If you guys hadn't headed in over and seen, if you weren't on Carla's stream today, it was fun. I was listening in the background. I have so much I have on my plate right now that I haven't had a chance to do much of anything. I've had the best of intentions, but it just hasn't happened. I'm guessing this is close to a 4x6 envelope. One of those little yellow manila envelopes. I made this out of a brown bag. So it's not that difficult. Hi, Mary. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And for all you lurkers out there, say hey. So my week has been a little bit crazy. So if you want to join in, I'm going to show you how to make a super simple traveler's notebook out of your envelope. Now, I made mine out of brown paper and painted it, but you can make yours out of anything. Or if you have one of those little yellow manila envelopes, those office-style small ones. And then we're going to make painty papers to go in it. And I have a spool of elastic that I got on, guys, I think I either got it on eBay or Amazon. I don't know. I've had, most of the stuff I've had for a long time. So, hey, Elizabeth. Hi. You know, it sounds like you've had a lot on your plate, Bridgeline. I get it. Hi, Jean. So I'll show you some. Making some journals. You know, I'm not a really big promoter of my own stuff, but making some journals for my Etsy shop. And these are some signatures that are going into a journal that I'm making right now, and I'm loving them. Okay, so these are some. I just am going to give you like a little quick look at some of the signatures going in the junk journals I'm making. These are painty papers to paint on. This is a magazine to paint on. And then my whole desk has got, like, my whole little table's got all kinds of stuff on it. So this is going to be the signatures for a journal I'm working on, and I'm really loving it. It doesn't have any pockets in it yet, but I'm excited about it. I put a lot of painty papers. This is the one we made last week out of the brown bag, and I loved it. And then just some more painty papers. Somebody asked me, like, how do I decide what's going to go into the signature of a journal? I don't, kind of just let it organically happen. I've lots of different papers and cool things I've cut out and stuff I've collected. So some of these are from newer books. Some of these are from older books. This is a really cool old vintage book that I loved. It was something like The Neighborhood We Live In or something like that. And just some bits and pieces. But I've tried to include lots of my own painty papers. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Hi, Grace. Crafty Panda, your name's Nicole, right? Am I wrong? So, for those of you, because I get a bunch of messages saying, like, do you ever make journals for sale and stuff like that? I do sometimes. You guys, I put so much energy into the things that I make. It takes me forever. So I am going to have a few in my Etsy shop soon. So if you guys are interested, be on the lookout. And they're not tons. I'm not fast. So, but I'm particularly enjoying collecting the pages for this one. This is just one journal's worth of pages, so I'm excited about it. An old vintage gardening book that I really loved. The cover was gone, or I would have loved to have used it, but it's all gonna have like bits and pieces of my painting papers and my jelly prints and stuff like that. Yes, Nicole. Okay, good. Sometimes I used to have a great memory. Now my memory seems like it's like gone by the wayside. So anyway, the journal will have all of these papers in it. It will be all these signatures stacked like you see them. I think it's going to be an open spine journal, so you'll actually see this parts of it. So we'll see. We'll see how many I get finished. I have a bunch in progress, but I haven't been working on them very much. Hi, Jillian. Hey, Lori. Hey, Linda. I'm happy you guys are all here. And then I'll show you a couple of other treasures that I got this week that I really am enjoying, that I'm excited about. So this is another treasure I got. I don't know whether I'm going to make a journal for sale or if I'm going to make one to keep for myself. I'm just in love with it. It's an old one of these old photo albums, right? But see, it's coming apart, so it can't be repaired. But hi, Scotty. So I'm excited. So I just got it in the mail, so I'm excited. I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to make it into an art journal, and I'm excited about it. It's really well put together. Look, it even has the little brads on the back where it can sit on a tabletop. But it's just beautiful. Welcome, Pearl. We're happy you're here. Hey, now. So I'm super excited to make an art journal out of this. So those are a couple of things that I got this week, or a couple of things that I have to share. So if you want to join in, get yourself a piece of paper, like a piece of brown bag or a piece of old scrapbooking paper or something. It needs to be larger than 8.5 by 11, but exactly how big I don't know. So I have a brown bag here, and we can just we'll make one together, and then I'm going to make some painting papers to go in it. And I know many of you said you don't have brown bags. Use what you have. You know, you could glue two pieces of newspaper together. You just want it to be sturdy enough to make your journal cover. Hi, Diana. Hi, Frida. I'm happy to see you. Hey, Miss Grizzle. I know, right, Julian? I'm kind of excited about the book. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on. I'm just sort of distracted by some personal stuff that's going on with me. But hopefully all that will be done soon, and I will be able to resume my crafting extravaganza. And when you're taking your brown bags or whatever you're taking apart to make your journals, don't worry about it. You don't have to be perfect, okay? Or what you're taking apart to make your Painty papers, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just gonna show you guys how to make your own envelope. And then I've made it. I think I made this with you in a stream before, but I don't know. Because I make so many things all the time that I don't always keep up with it. Hi, Sally Ann. How are you? So I know somebody last week was saying that you guys don't have brown paper bags. So use whatever you have. If you have magazine pages you want to use, the principle's the same, okay? You just need to decide how big you want it, and I can't tell you how to measure for it because I don't measure anything. I'm like not good at that. Okay, so I'll just take a piece of this off and we'll make it out of this, and whatever size it turns out to be is what it turns out to be. But I'm just really showing you this so you can make your own. Because a lot of times I get all these like things from people that say, I don't have this supply or I don't have that supply, and you guys, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so all you need to do is just decide first the direction your envelope's going to go in, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, now you can do this with anything. It doesn't have to be a brown bag. It could be anything that you have, okay? You just want to we're just going to fold it right now, make the template in folding it, and then after we've made the template, we'll cut it up, okay? So you want to just fold one piece on top of the other overlapping, okay? You want it to overlap about a ½ inch. It doesn't really matter how much, but it needs to overlap because that's the seam of your journal. I'm going to let mine overlap probably more than I need to because of the seam here, right? So you're going to overlap it one on top of the other. And if you don't have anything to make yours out of, use a book page. So that way you've made your template, so in the future if you want to make one, you can, okay? All right, and then what you want to do is you want to fold the bottom up, I don't know, about ½ inch. You could fold it up less or you could fold it up more depending upon how much you want. Okay, so far this is what we have. We've got our piece overlapping a little, right? And then we fold it up the bottom, all right? Now we're going to decide how much of a top down we want. So then you're going to fold down the top. So this one can have a lesser top. It can be a bigger journal. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be the flap for the top. Okay, so this is what you have so far. Let me move all my stuff off. If you guys saw how small the space is, you'd be like, what? Okay, so this is what we have now. We have it folded, one folded over on top of it. This is going to be the front. So we have one piece folded and the other one overlapping, meeting it in the center like a center seam. The bottom folded up about a ½ inch, and it looks like the top's about 2 inches. But you can do it any size you want. You can use any measurements. You can make this small or large. Okay, now we're going to open it back up, and let me see if I have a marker. I'll show you. Of course I have a marker, but it's gold, and this is brown. Okay, so we're going to cut off the side parts here. So, and it's already scored from where you folded it. So you're going to cut off this part, just these little bottom parts. because you don't need the bulk in it. Okay? You're going to cut off one side and you're going to cut off the other side the same way. Okay? So do you see that's what the bottom looks like? Can you see? Oh, don't even get me started. Hi, CJ. Painty paper addiction is so true. We're going to fill this book with painty papers. You're only getting audio, Grace? Maybe you need to refresh or go back out and come back in. Hi, Kate. Hi, Pat. Everybody say hi to Pat. Hi, Pat. We all love you, Pat. We hope you're doing great, Pat. We miss you, Pat. We hope you're having a good treatment today. Hi, Malia. So the bottom just has this. Okay, can you guys see it? All right. So we're going to do the same thing to the top. We're going to cut off the same pieces. Okay, we're going to cut off the side, those two side little pieces. Now, if you guys already have an envelope, use the one you have. I mean, you don't have to make one just because I am. You can do it. You can make your own things. You don't have to buy anything, but if you already have it, use it. And if you have a recycled one, go for it. If you have a new one, go for it. You guys have like dollar stores and stuff like that. I don't have that here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, and then this is the top. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to open this up a little and see, I'm going to cut, maybe I'll cut a little, because I'm going to paint this, I'll cut a little notch in it so that stuff can go in and out of it easier. And of course, let me see if I have anything that will do good for the template for the circle. This is probably the biggest one I have, the biggest jar lid. You just need something. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't even have to be this deep. Guys, I'm like, if you want a template, just use, I guess you could use a lid. See if this is the bigger one. No, it's the same size. You just want to cut it just a little bit. Make sure you don't cut too much of it off. You just want to leave like a little bit of an opening. You don't have to do this, but when you're making brown paper bag ones, I think it works better. It's always better to do your cutting before you're done gluing. Hi, Carla Cagefish. Hi, Kim. Guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, if you are really a perfectionist using these brown bags, you can iron them. If you want them to be, like, mine's all wrinkled because I just unfolded it, but, you know, if you're more of a perfectionist than me, then have at it and iron it. Go for it. Okay, I need to cut a little bit more off on this side. You guys, there's no right or wrong. It's all up to you. All in your crafty endeavor. Okay, now all I have left to do is glue it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch the side of my, I'm going to just trim the corners a little. I guess it would help if I did it evenly, but you guys know me, I don't cut straight, and so I'm not that married to the perfection of it all. Okay, so that part goes up, and then this part goes down, you know, for your flap. Now, if you're going to make this into a journal, what you want to keep in mind is, before you cut your flap, is that you could use the flap part as your pullover, as your, you know, wrap over, right? So you might want to think about how you want to cut it. If you have decorative scissors, do those, or whatever. What I might do is I might glue another piece on top so that it's extra strong. I don't know. Or maybe, let me see if I bend it over. Will that, I could even double it without cutting it, and that would be okay too. So that's how you make your envelope. Now, The painting of it, I would so paint it now, like while it is, I would wait to glue it together, and I would just start my painting, my paint extravaganza. That is me. That is what I would do. Start with my paint extravaganza. Yes, iron them. Well, no, I mean, if you don't like the way that they're, you know, people iron their coffee dyed paper. You guys, I'm not that much of a perfectionist in that way, but people iron their coffee dyed paper. I mean, people iron their, they do. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, inevitably, one of you guys will write me a comment and say something about how my bag wasn't, was wrinkled. Yeah, the twinkling H2Os. Yeah, Carly used those today. Those are awesome. Those are really pricey though for me. I'm not saying they're not pricey, but they're pricey. They're like $30 or something for 6, I think, right? So I don't have any twinkling H2Os. I do have those magicals, which I think are kind of like twinkling H2Os. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to use my jelly plate so that I can just get a lot of paint on there. What's shameful, Carla? The twinkling H2Os are shameful? I don't think they're shameful. I do think, for me, though, right now, they're not in my budget. They weren't that much when you got them. I know that happens to me. That's like the magicals. When I bought them, I got them for like $5. $5 for 6. And so now they're like super pricey, so I don't know. I think you just have to look and see when they're on sale. Or, I don't know, can you buy those twinkling H2Os at like at one of your big box stores? Like, can you buy it at like Michael's or Joann's or one of those things? See, I don't have any of that here, so I couldn't buy it here if I wanted to. You got them for like 6 for a few bucks, yeah. No, they're not Twinkie. They're called twinkling H2Os. They're like a watercolor pigment. Yeah, they are. But it was kind of cool to hear about other brands and stuff. Guys, I am on a I'm on a no buying anything diet, okay? I'm on a no buying anything diet. That little leather journal that you saw that I got, that was my big, huge splurge. Well, it wasn't really a big splurge. I had a credit at a store, and the lady emailed me and said she was going out of business. And was there anything in her store, like she was trying to, I had a credit from like a year ago when I bought something, and anyway, it came damaged, and then she's like, I can't replace it, because she has an antique style store. She said, I can't replace that, but I'll give you a credit. And so she emailed me and said, I'm gonna shut down my Etsy shop. If you want to use your credit, you have to use it now. And so I used my credit on. You guys, I don't know what's going on, but are you guys buffering or anything like that? I've had a weird internet day. I have just had a weird internet day. I'm on a buying nothing. I mean, I have bought 0. I have bought 0. It just looks super choppy on my end. So if it's choppy on your end, I don't know what to do about it, you guys. It must be my internet here. And we have the highest speed internet you can get here, so I don't know what it is. So, I'm on a no buying anything. I am on a I don't need anything. I don't want anything. No buying anything. And that's the way it's going to be for a while. Unless it was something I couldn't live without, but there isn't anything that I can't live without. I mean, my kids, of course, but you know what I mean. I'm not buying a thing. Nada, 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 nada. Not one thing. I needed glue, but one of you guys sent me glue as a gift, as a surprise gift, and I was like, oh my gosh, the universe knew I needed glue. Malia, you know what? I just use whatever I can get at the recycling thing. Like if, you know, you guys know I have a friend that she saves me all her junk mail, which is really nice. And then I don't volunteer anymore, but I used to volunteer at a like a Friends of the Friends of the Library organization, and they throw out a ton of like people donate stuff that's just not usable, like books without covers, or you know they're written in too much and that sort of stuff. So they or encyclopedias. So they saved me a lot of stuff. So I have a ton of stuff to use, and so I don't buy anything anymore. And I get all the newspapers I get are free, and the magazines I get come from recycling. So the only thing I usually buy if I'm going to buy anything, hi Lizzie. The only thing I usually buy is paint and glue. I have enough of everything. I could probably make, I don't know, 1,000 journals. I know it. Still have enough. So I don't need anything. I'm not a good consumer. I am not a good consumer. So I advise you, if you're going to use this as your cover, to paint both sides. Now I'm going to definitely put some color on this and get it going, but Scotty says, did I miss why I was going over jelly painting? Scotty, I was just using my jelly plate to cover the whole, this is a brown paper bag, and I want to use it as the cover of my journal, or the cover of my Painty paper keeper. And it's better if the whole thing has a color. It doesn't matter what color it is, but if it has a whole covering, because I'm going to paint and stencil over it. But see, can you see how it's rippling up right here? Can you see? The paint just absorbs into the brown paper. And so it's better if you can just get a full coat of painting on, if you can get a full coat of paint on both sides of it, it just gives you a better texture and a better, longer use, and it feels pretty cool once you get a whole thing of paint on it. So I was just using my jelly plate to just get more paint on it, that's all. I wasn't jelly printing like, sometimes I do that when I'm painting junk mail. I use my jelly plate and I just get a base coat of whatever if I want to cover over the junk mail. You know, you can even use your jelly plate with gesso if you guys are big gesso fans. You know, if any of you guys use gesso. If you guys haven't gone over and shown our friend Scrap and Lizzie some love, head on over and see her. Show her some love. Her name is Elizabeth Brewer on YouTube, also known as Scrap and Lizzie, and go and show her some love. You'll learn a lot of cool things from her. She is cool. Totally cool. Hi, Tanya. Yeah, me too, Elizabeth. Just upcycling my own stuff is better, right? Sometimes, though, does anybody have a problem keeping too much stuff to reuse? You know, I have, like, a finite space, so once that gets filled, like, give myself a goal to, like, take all my cereal boxes and whatever I'm using, pasta boxes, and cut tags, or do whatever I'm going to do before, and then, like, if I haven't done it within 2 weeks, then I put them in the recycling, because I don't have space for everything. So I try to cut them up when I get them. Does anybody else do that? Try to cut it up when you get it. And then find a couple of scraps or something. I'm going to put this underneath my... So I try to find I try to just keep my recycling, keep it all to a minimum as far as like making the stuff right away. So All right, so you want to let it dry. This side's pretty dry because I'm using that super cheap acrylic paint, but you want to definitely let it dry. And then we'll glue it together and then we'll paint the top. Maybe I'll use my... Guys, I think we're going to have a bad storm. It is so windy here. I've got a troll. Okay. Hang on, you guys. I'm sorry. All right, let me just see if I can figure this out. I'm sorry. Hey, Susan, I'm trying to make you a moderator. I'm trying to do it right now. Let me see if I can do it. Let's see. We just saw it. What's your channel under? I don't want to let me do this. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, you guys. Hang on. Guess there's always... It's all right. Just let me see. Community settings, moderators. I did, but it didn't come up. Oh, why can't I do this? Oh, what is this? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on. Let me just figure this out. How do I delete him? I should be able to. I did, I think. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. See, a little excitement. And let me see if I can find your name on here and type something. Then here you are. Let me see if I can make you a moderator. I was trying to do it and it wouldn't let me do it. Okay, see. Ooh, add moderator. All right, there you go. Are you moderating now? I'm sorry. Thank you, guys. That's ridiculous. Bye. Oh, Lord, you guys. Paper crafting. Paper crafting. Like, what in the world? Oh, my gosh. You guys. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. You know, it has been a weird day. Okay. How many of you guys have had a weird day? I've had a weird day. Totally have a weird day. Oh, I have Kate. It's happened to me once before. Those wipes right there in my arm. I've had it happen to me once before, but I was able to get it really fast. But my computer's a little bit far away from me. He goes. He was definitely, maybe it was Pocket Man coming back. I have had the weirdest day, okay? I've had the weirdest day. I hurt my arm. I don't know what I did. I hurt my arm, and you didn't come at the wrong time, Sherry. You know, I've had it happen one time before. No, it doesn't happen very often. It's happened one time before, and I was able to do it. But now we have Susan there. She'll get rid of any. We have the popo in the house. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. It's like really seriously so silly. I'm sorry, Sherry, if that was offensive to you. You know, we have no control over it. Weird people come all the time. I've had a weird day. I'm going to lie to you. I've had a couple of days that have been like a little iffy, but today's been definitely weird. Okay, so if you painted the front and the back, start your decorating. Like, decide which one of that you like better, and then go for it. It's just been an odd day. I can't even explain to you the weirdness. People that are normally really easy to be around or get along with have had weird things. It's been a weird day. Hey, Vicky, yes! You missed all the fun with the troll? You did not miss anything. It's like people are weird. And I don't know whose stream I was in. Somebody that was so sweet and so like doesn't do anything like that. And there was like the worst troll and they kept coming back. And so, but you just want to ask yourself like, what's wrong with these people? Like, seriously. Sherry, we're glad he's gone too. We are so glad he's gone too. Okay? You know, it's just weird. You know what? I don't remember whose stream I was in. I was in like somebody that I really just is so sweet and so kind and just so none of that would ever be who, and it was so shocking to them. They were like mortified. It's like you can do anything about people. It's a public forum. Oh, Susan got him again. Awesome, Susan. You go for it. Susan, I think the other thing is that if you write his name down, I think you can send like some sort of notice to YouTube and they will go back in and they'll see and they'll ban him from YouTube completely. Well, you know, it's just, what can you do? There's nothing you can do about it. It's like stuff that happens in a public forum. Have you guys ever watched I'm a Cool Mom? You did report him, Susan. Thank you. I'm a Cool Mom got like blasted by like a YouTube gang. It was like some guy, some computer guy, like had all of his YouTube cronies go over and like basically crash her live stream. Can you imagine? It's like people are crafting. And it's like, it's so ridiculous. So, they will eventually, Malia, if they get enough complaints, they will eventually ban him for his IP address. They will. Because, you know, let's face it, YouTube's in it to make money, and they can't make money when people are doing weird stuff like that. So, you know, we just gotta like go with it. I'm sorry you ladies had to experience it. I've had to experience it before, but anyway. I haven't watched I'm a Cool Mom in a long time, but she had something on one of her YouTube. She had like a video about how these video hackers came in and just like barraged her channel and like just did all kinds of horrible things and just were not nice. You know, and the really sad thing is that, you know what, YouTube's for everyone. It's not just for, like, gamers. And so, you know, I don't know if they banned the guy that, that sent all the people, but they should, because it's just not cool. You know, he thinks it's funny, but it's not cool. And they should ban the people that did it, you know? I mean, that's so silly. No, it's not my fault, but it makes me feel bad, especially because, you know, like sometimes people are new, you know, and that's their only experience of something like this, and it kind of stresses them out too. You know, it definitely stresses me out, like, especially because my computer was too far away for me to, anyway. Let's talk about fun things, girls. Let's talk about, but the energies have been weird, okay? I'm not going to lie. I've had my own moments of weird energy stuff lately, and I have been going through my own stuff with that same sort of, you know, just like everybody does, but it's just been pretty, intense. It has been pretty intense. It has been pretty intense. So, I'm just trying to get a good coverage on my cover. I mean, I could still continue to go back and decorate it, but I was just trying to get a good coverage because I have my bigger of my small jelly plates out, and yeah, thanks, Susan. Hey, Race. Don't feed the trolls. I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, ladies, how many of you made your envelope? Hi, Race. Everybody say hi to Race. Race is Barb Owen's son, and if you guys ever watch Getting Creative with Barb Owen, I adore her. She has Friday live streams, and you should go over and check her out. She's awesome. She does some really cool crafting. All right, so how many of you guys are going to make this? Hi, Kathy. You know, I do have a small jelly plate, Malia, and I love it. I have that really tiny one, and I really, really enjoy using it. You like the jelly waves? Okay, the jelly waves were made with this Tupperware bit. This is like, one of you guys told me where you get it. I don't know. I got it at a thrift store. Either I got it at a thrift store or somebody gave it to me. It's a pot scrubber made by Tupperware. Hi, Barb Owen. Barb Owen. I love Barb Owen. Wow, I have Barb Owen and Carla. I'm feeling like so special today. Today's gotten better. From our troll to better. Okay, so if you guys are making this along with me, now would be the time when you'd want to glue it. You're reporting him? Thank you. It's, you know, it's just ridiculous. You know, why do people like bothering crafty ladies? Okay, can I ask you guys, please? Who likes to bother crafting people? That's ridiculous. You are as wonderful as Barb. Carla, we love you. We love Barb and we love you. Okay, so glue your envelope together if you guys are making your envelope with me. Your brown paper bag envelope. Now you guys, if you have your own envelope, use your envelope. You don't have to make one. Just because I have an addiction to recycling doesn't mean you have to. You know, I get those kind of questions all the time where people say, you know, like, well, I don't, you know, make it with what you have. That's the whole reason I even am showing it to you, is because so many times we join and we don't have it. So you can make it with what you have. Okay, so here is the beginning of my envelope. And now if you guys want to Mod Podge this, I would let it dry thoroughly. And if you're going to Mod Podge it, you put some sort of like cornstarch or baby powder on it after you've done it, because if you decide to use this as an envelope and you live like in a humid area and then you stick a bunch of papers in it and you don't mess with it for a while, Mod Podge does stick. All right, so there's the start of your envelope. Now you can just decide how much you want for your fold over, okay? And how you want your fold over. And you don't have to decide it right this minute. And you know, you can decide it. You can decide it whenever. Now I don't know what I don't know if I'm gonna. Might sew something on mine. So there's the envelope. So we've got the envelope. Now let's measure our papers to go in it. For those of you that are making painting papers. It is celebrity night, Susan. I feel really special. I feel special. Because I watch Barb. And I love, you guys know how much I love Carla. Carla is making some, did you guys see Carla's new circle stamps? Carla made some really cool circle stamps and she's doing some videos on it. So you guys have to check out her You know, because we're all in love with that Hero Art circle stamp. Okay, so for those of you that have never made Painty papers with me, I make them out of everything. But I love making them out of newspapers. And I'm just cutting mine up because this is way too much for my tiny table. I like making them out of the things that you would recycle. Okay, and it doesn't matter what. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to just measure my Painty papers because they're going to all fit in. I'm making them to fit into this little journal because I'm going to use this journal sort of like my my supply journal, right? So I'm just gonna fold some up and make some so that they fit in here. So that when I paint them, I have a whole nice selection of Painty papers. You guys know me and my Painty papers. I gotta have my Painty papers. Oh, Carla says her video is not released set yet, but Race is everywhere. He is everywhere. I always appreciate it when he's on your show, Barb, and I appreciated it when you went to when you were the eyes and ears of the convention. I wanted to go so bad and I didn't. Guys, I live in Hawaii. Everything is far from Hawaii. So if I'm going to go do anything like that, I have to couple it with a bunch of stuff, you know? Hawaii is like the furthest part you can get. The furthest place away you can actually get, right? I guess except North Alaska and still be in the United States. So. Did you see that, Susan? Lizzie says you can't craft tonight because you're busy being the popo. Susan's a good popo, okay? And for those of you that haven't gone over and joined our Facebook group, please do. It's a lot of fun. It's a no selling group, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna do some Painty papers, and guess what, girls? Not on a Tom Clancy novel. Can you believe it? I'm gonna save my flyleaves for another journal. The front pages are called your flyleaf. But I'm going to definitely use my, it's not a Tom Clancy novel, can you believe it? But it was a war novel they were throwing away. The cover had something spilled on it, so I was like super excited because it had lots of pages. It had like 500 pages in it, and the paper was thick. Susan says she buys Sally Ann. Susan says she doesn't craft, she just buys supplies. Okay, so for those if this is your first time here, I am an avid recycler, and no, I don't go and buy books specifically to tear them up, but I do get them, usually get them because they're being thrown away, like as in a dumpster dive, but I don't have to dive anymore because I tell them I want them and then they save them. So what I'm going to do for this little, it needs to dry some, and I definitely will probably add some more, some sort of more embellishment or more, and then I'll cut my top for my fold over, or maybe I'll sew something on it. So we're going to make it like a traveler style notebook. So what you'd need for that is you need to punch 2 holes, and I can show you toward the end. In fact, I have one here that we made a couple of weeks ago or maybe a couple months ago. Punching 2 holes, and then I can decide if I want to punch a hole here for my elastic to go around, or just, you know, punch a hole here and then tie it. But all my Painty papers are going to go inside here, and then I'm going to save them like supplies. So I'm going to let it dry. It definitely needs to dry a little bit more. So much excitement with the troll. It's so ridiculous. Barb, do you get trolls? Or do you have Race there making sure the trolls don't bother you? So I like using, my key to buying papers that I'm going to use for Painty papers, or books that I find for Painty papers, those old Reader's Digests don't work because the pages in them are too brittle. Maybe a newer one would. So a lot of times if you go to a bookstore, you can get some really cool books that they'll just give you because they just can't sell them, like encyclopedias and different stuff like that. My favorite, for those that have been around for a while with me, are Tom Clancy novels. Not because I read Tom Clancy, but because the paper on them, the quality of the paper is really good. So get your painty paper on. You guys know me and my painty paper. Gotta have some painty papers. Gotta have them. If you guys make ATCs, or if you make collages, if you are a collage artist, if you just want to make pockets for your junk journals, painty papers are really good. Yes, she's had a couple. Barb says she's had a couple of trolls and she has to ignore them and ban them quickly. I know, right? It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. You reported him again? Oh my gosh, Miriam, thank you. Yes, Vicki, we're still doing our empowerment pack. I thought I had brought some cards over here. You guys, I got so distracted. In a couple weeks, I'll tell you all the stuff that's going on with me, and then you'll totally understand. So, for those of you guys that want to participate, we're going to do, I think the deadline will be the end of November. We're making an empowerment pack. I've made like 3 packs. I've used my painty papers for these empowerment packs too. So you need a deck of cards, and the empowerment pack is just going to be, it needs a background. You don't have to have handmade it if you don't want to. If you're not comfortable enough with that, you want to use scrapbooking paper, that's your choice. These are all ones that I've made. And then they just need a strong, beautiful picture of a woman. And I know somebody wrote me, oh, I've put pictures of nature. Okay, fine. You know, it's just the majority of them, it's really supposed to be about empowering women. And then, so these are all ones that I've made with painty papers. So these were all painty papers. And then a magazine image or a book image or an image you draw and of a woman. And then a powerful word or saying. And these I've just cut from a magazine. So our goal is going to be to finish a deck by the end of November, and then everyone's going to mail it to me. I'm going to shuffle them up and mail them back to you. So how many ever cards you send is what you'll receive back. Okay? Don't Mod Podge them, please. Do not Mod Podge them. Hi, Patricia. Don't Mod Podge them because they will stick together, and nothing is worse. Nothing is worse than you know, getting a whole packet that you've worked in, you know, that you've made, and then they're all stuck together. Oh no, Carla, you might need to, oh no. Yeah, you may have to refresh, Carla. Refresh. So for those of you that want to join in, just start making your cards. You know, these are all painty papers that I've made and as backgrounds, and I find it's best to use glue stick to glue them on. They're all cards, and then on the back you want to put your name. Even if you just want to write it on a piece of paper and just write your name and the year and that sort of thing, so everybody knows who made their stuff. Okay? So that's, yes, we're still doing our empowerment pack. So you can see some of my painty papers that I've made in the past. Okay? Doesn't she look a little bit like Scotty? I think she looks a little bit like you, Scotty. And she says, power. Kate, I totally understand. Malia, if you're going to use a jelly plate, I suggest if you're going to do it directly on your cards, what you probably have to do is sand them first, and then you might need to sand them first and then gesso them before you add your paint, unless you're going to do like me and just do the paper and then glue the paper on top. So yes, we're going to do it we're going to do it, and hopefully the goal is the end of November. The end of November to be finished with your power pack, and then mail it to me, and then if you join our Facebook group, you'll get the instructions. I'm not a big one on swapping, but that's one I think we'll all enjoy doing. I don't, Carla, I have no idea. Maybe you need to talk to Vicky. Oh my gosh, Susan, is he back as Jane Drow? That's ridiculous. You know, Malia, when you do, the thing is that every sort of surface that takes on something different. So, you know, you have to, it's sort of like a, you know, it's sort of a trial and error, you know, especially when you're dealing with different surfaces. You know, it's the same with book pages. You know, I find like when you guys, I'm just getting a coat down on my paper first, on my pages, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to stencil on top. But what works for me, or what I found in my Painty paper extravaganza, is that if I get some sort of a coat of any kind of paint, just colors that I like down, then, hi Maria! If I get some sort of a coat of paint down first, then when I go back to stencil, it just works better. Maria, we're happy to see you. How are you? Everybody tell us where you're from. I know Maria's from Greece. You know, a lot of you girls have found some really cool, crafty best friends, and that makes me so happy, happier than you can even imagine. That you guys have all met your crafty besties. That makes me so happy. So has anybody been working on their crafty bucket list? I have my, let's see where you guys are from. Let's see. Tanya's from New Zealand. Oh no, Susan, that's hot. It's like not nice. Tanya's from New Zealand and Chesapeake, Virginia. Clarksville, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, Spring Hill, Florida, Kentucky, Ontario. Awesome. Daytona Beach. Laurel is still in Illinois. Amarillo, Texas. Thanks, Vicky. I am sorry, you guys. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Phoenix, Arizona. Awesome. Brighton, England. Tennessee, Missouri. Frida, you're from Missouri? That's awesome. Federal Way, Washington. Arizona. Nice. Well, I live in Hawaii. So once you get a good coat of paint down for your Painty papers, whatever your color palette is, and you guys know me, I'm kind of partial blue these days, but I have every color. Texas, Manitoba, Canada. You're from Atlanta? Well, welcome, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. The troll thing is a little bit ridiculous, but we've got the popo on it. Lakeland, Florida. Welcome, Cheryl. We're happy you're here. So, anyway, this is what I find works best for me. You guys make your Painty papers however you find it fun and easy for you. I paint, I get mine going, and then I go back and then do all the tiny fiddly work. You know, the stenciling, the tiny fiddly work. Sometimes I double-side it if I'm going to make them into envelopes. I mean, if I'm going to make them into pockets, I do it. Hi, Dawn. Can I see the list as a streamer? I can because I'm in the live chat. I'm in the live chat screen. I can, Carla. You're in Alabama too, Debbie? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Appleton, Wisconsin. That's awesome. Well, welcome, Catherine. We don't usually have this much excitement. It's just usually gets crafty girls hanging out in a crafty chat. Oh, the bucket list. Oh, you want a list of my bucket list that I'm talking about? Yes, I have my crafty bucket list. Yes, I have a crafty bucket list. I have it. I think it's in our Facebook group. We were making it for a while, right? Everybody was putting what there was on their crafty bucket list. So what's been on my crafty bucket list for a while is I used to do encaustic work. Did any of you guys do any encaustic work? Working with wax? It's super fun, okay? And I used to do, so that's back on my crafty bucket list because I haven't done it in a while. My crafty bucket list is, I mean, I've got a lot of stuff. I've been making a bunch of journals lately with Coptic binding. Have you guys done that before with a Coptic stitch or a kettle stitch? I've been making some journals with that. I have like so many things on my crafty bucket list. You guys, I'm like the perpetual crafty bucket list person. When you were in Alabama, nobody's there, and now you are? Oh, thanks, Lizzie. So what I'm finding for my own crafty bucket list is that if I focus on like 15 minutes a day, I don't know if you guys are into that at all, but 15 minutes a day of crafting, 15 minutes, you can find your way to like working through it. You can find your way to like, you know, doing things that you've put off for a long time. So I have my crafty bucket list, like, I've got a bunch of stuff on mine. You live in Birmingham, and Carlo is in Montgomery. Catherine says she's doing a lot of signatures. Thanks to you, Miss Carla, Caged Fish. So I want to give a shout out to one of our crafting mamas. Her name is Phaedra Jones, and you guys have to go over and check her channel out and look at her. She made a journal and she posted it. I think it's posted in our Facebook group, but I'm not 1000% sure. It's called It's Better with Butter, and she made it out of an antique butter container, and it is gorgeous. Guys, go over and show her some love. Phaedra's a doll maker, and she makes beautiful dolls, and she makes beautiful journals, but this journal's just so creative and so lovely. So I want you guys, if you get a chance, to go over and check her out, okay? Yeah, It's Better with Butter, I think, is the name of the journal, or the name of the video. I think that is the name of the video. You have to check it out. She's so creative. There are not a lot of crafty people where you are, Malia. You know what? There aren't any where I am. I have one friend, and occasionally we get together, but she's building a house right now. So, Susan, are you still here? We love you. Thank you for taking care of it. Thank you for being the popo tonight, because that was like a little intense. Okay, that was like a little too intense for my taste. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks, Miss VA. I appreciate it. It's just too much, right? It's like, enough. Like, why not? People don't have anything better to do than to mess with some crafty ladies. Okay, so how many of you guys are painting papers with me? I got my whole stack going on here. I'm gonna have a ton for this little paper book, for this little book in a short time flat. This is like my fastest painty paper ever. Now I know one of you guys is gonna go like, well, what do I do with them after I've made them? Okay, I just know it. Phaedra, F-A-Y-D-R-A, Phaedra Jones. If you go over and join our, Phaedra Jones on YouTube. I don't know how many other Phaedra Joneses there are on YouTube, but she makes dolls, and Dawn, what's the name of the video? Is the name of the video called It's Better with Butter? You're making painty papers too, CJ? Awesome. So I know you guys are going to say, like, what do I do with these papers? I know it because I can hear it. You guys, whatever you want. If you're a paper crafter, painty papers are the bomb. If this is your first foray into painting papers, head on over to Carla's channel, Caged Fish. She does some beautiful collage work. She can show you how to collage with your painty papers, right? So you guys, I got my paint going on. I got a lot of painty papers. And I'm painting mine with a credit card, girls. And then I'm going to go back and add some more embellishment and stuff to them. Just want to get one layer down. And you guys, do any of you guys have an Old Navy near you? If you're in the States, they throw away all of their hangers. I usually have one hanging close by me, but I don't today. Because I've moved my craft space. It's a whole long story. I'll tell you Friday. It's like I moved my crafting space and now I have to move it back. Okay? If you guys want to see an impressive craft space, go over and see Getting Creative with Barb Owen. Oh my gosh. Her craft space is gorgeous. Her craft space is like a dream. Craft space envy. Amazing. So anyway, back to the Old Navy thing. If you go to Old Navy, they throw away their hangers. You can get their pants hangers. You know, the kinds that have the clips on the bottom. Those make perfect hangers for your painty papers. Okay? So, makes awesome hangers for your painty papers. Oh my gosh, seriously? I'm sorry, Susan. Oh my gosh. You said, oh, Lizzie, if you go over and check it out, you are going to love, right? You're mega jealous, Jan, when you saw Barb's space. She gave us a tour. It was just gorgeous. Oh, Susan, thank you. I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous. So ridiculous. You got him too, Vicky? Thanks, Vicky. Seriously. I was telling you guys I've been having a ridiculous time. I don't know what it is. Has anybody else been having a ridiculous time? Amberly said she was. Has anybody else been feeling like agitated, over it, stressed out? I mean, I have to say, things don't usually stress me out, but lately, I have to tell you, just the most ridiculousness. And so, I think it's just, I don't know whether it's, I honestly don't know. I don't know what it is. Hi, Dee. Catherine says that she had to get a third shelf trolley that Barb keeps next to her. Oh, that's awesome. You guys, I don't have any of that. I will give you, I thought I was going to be able to give you guys a little craft room tour when I moved my craft room, but now that I have to move it back, I'll have to wait till I move it back. It's all good. So, you know, if you don't want to use recycled paper to paint your painting papers on, and you want to, like, use, you know, scrapbook paper that you don't, you know, we all have scrapbook paper that's not our favorite. Hi, Kiki. Thanks, Mary. Just use what you have and use what you love. Don't, just because I'm in love with doing it like this doesn't mean you have to be. Please. You know, I find that you have to use, for me, I have to enjoy the supplies I use. And for me, it's fun making things in recycled paper. For some other people, it may not. So do your Painty papers on what you have. We all have ugly scrapbooking paper. How many of you bought a pack of scrapbooking paper where there's like a vast majority of it that you're not very happy with, or you would just think like, I'm never going to use that. Paint on it. Go for it. You know? Hi, Pam. We're happy to see you. Amberly Kim wants to know if you've had any luck finding a place. All you lurkers out there, say hey. Say hey. Yeah, you guys go over and show Phaedra some love. If you want to get inspired by her journals, do. They're beautiful. She makes beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journals. And she lives in Texas too. She's a Texas gal. Is Edna here? Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Pat. Kate says, hi, Pat. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Super Beth. You're going to go paint? Amberly, something will work out. You just have to stay positive. You cannot let it go. You can't let it get you down. Right now there's a super housing shortage here where I live. Guys, it's gotten bad. And it's all, I mean, I'm not knocking Airbnb, but it's all because of Airbnb, because people can, you know, and what they don't realize is they're putting people like the working class people, like when you come to Hawaii and you go to a hotel and you know, have things that you need done or whatever, they're putting all of those people, they're putting them at risk for not, you know, they won't have people. Anyway, there's lots of housing shortages here. It's not good too. Okay, so I've got a whole good selection to start the stenciling, whatever process I'm gonna do. I got a whole pile here. So, because my desk is so messy. Hey, Lacey, welcome. We're happy you're here. Oh no, Nancy, did you send them? Did you call somebody for help, or did you know, it's hard. We're happy to see you, Kiki. Okay, so now is the time where you can stencil. You know, I got these Tim Holtz stencils. Because I'm not crazy about them. Does anybody else have them? I am so not crazy about them. You know how much I love some Tim Holtz. I am not crazy about these stencils. I am not crazy about them. So I think I might stencil a little with some chalkboard paint. You know, you guys know my chalkboard paint story, the never-ending bottle of chalkboard paint that never quits giving. And I took my sponges off the table. This is just my day. He was combative, Nancy. I used to live in New York City where, you know, the homeless population was bad, and trying to help people sometimes was even... Are you asking why I don't like this stencil? They're really thin. I got a whole bunch of Tim Holtz stencils, and the plastic is really thin. And, I mean, with just like 1 or 2 uses, they're bending. I mean, so I don't... Somebody sent them to me as a gift, so I can't really complain because somebody sent them to me as a gift, right? So I'm not going to complain, but they're a gift, but I don't know that I would have bought them. And I love Tim Holtz. So I usually love his products, but this one I have to say the quality of it was not you're just not going to get multiple uses out of it, you know, and crafting supplies are expensive. So, you know, for me, it's like, I want to be getting some good value for my money, even though it was a gift and it was free. Okay? So Rosemary's good? Well, good. We were just talking about that we were missing her, that's all, because she usually posts her journals in the group, and so somebody was mentioning that we hadn't seen her. So that was all it was. We were just missing Rosemary's, we were just missing her journals. Now keep in mind, you guys, these don't have to be perfect, okay? They're just painty papers, and they're going to be used in journals, and you know, they're going to be used in different things. But I do have a lot of this black chalkboard paint going on, so I'm going to use that on a few of them. How many of you that don't have a jelly plate are out getting yourself a jelly plate? We want to know. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know how many of you are jumping into the jelly plate extravaganza, have made your own. I know we've talked about it week after week, but a lot of people are. Hi, Bet! You missed the troll, Anne. Anne, please. He wasn't as entertaining as Pocket Man, you guys. He definitely wasn't as entertaining as Pocket Man. Pocket Man is a gift that keeps giving. Pocket Man is totally a gift that keeps on giving. Guys, this sponge has seen better days too. You guys, I'm like the queen of like reusing things even when you're not supposed to. You know, it's like, I can just get one more use out of that. I was going to tell you guys, let me think of what happened this week. I've had a crazy week. I can't even, it's just been, it's been entertaining and ridiculous all at the same time. It's been mildly entertaining and mostly ridiculous. That's how it's been happening for me. Tell me about you guys. What's been going on? Has anybody else had a mildly ridiculous week like I have? Catherine, you have a couple of jelly plates, but you don't use them. Oh, you need to try it. You will love it. Oh, Dawn, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I mean, I'm sorry you're having a tough week, but I'm glad I'm not the only one. Can I tell you? Guys, and it is only Tuesday. Okay? It is only Tuesday. It has been ridiculous. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. You know, just get a couple of layers down, and then you can go back and repaint on top again and again and again. And if you decide to paint the other side, depending upon what you're going to use it for, if you're going to just use it for a regular journal, like a junk journal, you know, you may want to just gesso the other side if you want to be able to write on it. You can write on top of these painty papers, or maybe you'll glue a text spot on it or something like that for your journaling. I love painting papers too, Catherine. I'm addicted to them. Saturday, you got to go to Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree. Good for you, Vicki. Yes, I make my own stencils many times, but these were a gift. So, you know, like sometimes, you guys, because where I live, there are no craft stores like you guys have. So it's like I can't even be tempted. And you can see stuff online, but sometimes I'm a little bit like Carla. I got to see it in person, hold it, that sort of thing. So, you know, I thought and my friend, she had bought doubles. She was cleaning out her craft room, and she'd bought doubles. And so she sent me a note and said, you know, I just thought you might like these. I have doubles, you know, enjoy them. And I was so excited, and then a little disappointed after all of it. I'm addicted to painting papers, you guys. I don't know why. Anybody else addicted to painting papers besides me? But I have had, this week has been ultra ridiculous. Ultra ridiculous. Oh, sorry, Dawn. Oh, Sherry, that's horrible. Oh, I hope the cat comes back. I'm sorry, Kate. I'm sending you love. Laurel said she found a Joann's that is as big as Super Walmart. So much sensory overload, but it was awesome. Aww. Lacey said she finished her first junk journal and now she's addicted. Hi, Miss Aussie Mom. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Lisa says hi. My name is Lisa and I'm a Painty paper addict. You know what, Lisa? I think you and I must be sisters. I am totally a Painty paper addict. I am totally a Painty paper addict. But I use mine up. Do you guys use yours up? Okay, let me just ask you this. Does anybody do this? Okay, I have a confession. This is true confessions of a Painty paper addict. You ready? So, have you ever been making something for someone in mind? And then, when you finish it, if it has all these Painty papers in it, when it comes down to giving it to them, you don't want to do it. You do it anyway, but you don't want to. Does anybody else have that? Does anybody else besides me have that? You guys, so ridiculous. Or does anybody else have this thing where like you're starting to work on something and you start falling in love with it? Does anybody else have that? Like you're working on something and you really start falling in love with it and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to give this up. I don't know if I can give this up. Does anybody else have that? Does anybody besides me have that? Where you're like, okay, dear, well. Oh, what happened, Kate? I missed that. Mary Kay said, hi, Mary Kay. Mary Kay says, I'm the only one. Carla says she's made books she'd love to keep. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not. Guys, I'm really not that way, but I don't know. Sometimes I just get into it so much that I'm like loving the book that I'm making, and I'm loving the whole experience of it, and I'm like loving the thing, and I'm loving it up, and I'm excited about it, and I know it's not for me. It's like I've making it for somebody else, but I still like want it. I mean, I don't keep it, but just confessing that I have those issues. Okay, it's a true confession of a Painty paper addict. Bet's birthday's Thursday. Happy birthday, Bet. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bet. Happy birthday to you and many more. Hi, Sherry. So happy to see you. Happy birthday, Bet. I wish you the best birthday ever. Do you have any big birthday plans? What are you going to do, Mama? What are you going to do? No. Yeah, maybe we will, Vicky. That's a good idea. Susan, you're so bad. Is Cassandra here? Cassandra, are you lurking in the background? Miss Cassandra, are you lurking? Are you a lurky lurker today? Guys, sometimes I lurk. I was lurking today in Carla's. I was there for a little bit, but I couldn't really chat. It was because I'm in paperwork heaven right now. For all of those that know me, I'm in paperwork heaven. I'm going through my own paperwork, and it's not Painty paperwork. I'm in paperwork heaven. Okay, I didn't like that. I am in paperwork heaven. I've got paperwork coming out of my ears, you guys. I am like so over it that I can't even tell you. I have paperwork and paperwork and more paperwork. Does anybody else have that issue with the paperwork thing? My paperwork is like out of control. Bye, Barb. Come back and see us. And if you guys haven't gone over to check out Barb Owen's channel, go over on Fridays. What time is your stream on Fridays, Barb? Because it's always, I live in Hawaii. So it's Barb Owen, How to Get Creative. And go over and check her out. What time on Friday? Is that like 10? I don't know, because it's early for me, my time. It's like, you guys, it's like never a good time for me anytime. I mean, it's so early for me every time. Yeah, it's Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. How to Get Creative with Barb Owen, Friday at 2 p.m. Go over and subscribe. You guys will love it. And tell Raceman that we were appreciative that he stopped by to say hey to us and hang out with us crafty chicks. So, all I know, girls, is that this week has been, I don't know. I've had my own, do you like my mess going on? And now I'm chaos today. I'm totally chaos today. This week has been a doozy. Like, I can't even begin to tell you the ridiculousness of my week and the ridiculousness of everything that's going on in my life. I would like some peace and quiet and calm. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going for it. I'm hoping, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the peace and quiet and calm. Okay? I'm hoping for the peace and quiet and calm. Yeah, Super Beth, Barb Owen has her studio tour on YouTube. She does. And it's gorgeous. You guys want Studio Envy? Go over and see Barb Owen and have Studio Envy. She has an amazing studio. You guys, she's got like the studio that you wish you had. You know what I mean? She's got like this amazing, amazing studio. She has a really cool studio. Like it a lot. So all I can tell you about this week is that the energy's been really high and it has been really intense. And that it's been like one of those things where you're just kind of like wondering like what in the world is going on. And so when you're in that space, when you're in that space of like the weirdnesses that are happening and they're unexplainable and you don't feel like you feel like what is going on? This is not my life. Whose life did I step into? I mean, that's how it's felt for me. That is totally how it's felt for me. So all I can do for myself is just try to find my zen. Just try to find my zen and, you know, do stuff that brings me joy. Like, seriously, do stuff that I love that brings me joy. And so that's what I've been doing. So that's what I encourage all of you to do too. If you're going through anything like I am, go for it and try to just find your zen any way you can find it. Because right now, I don't know, girls. What are you guys talking about? Salt lamps? Get a salt lamp? Salt lamps are cool. Guys, I live in the middle of the ocean. I am surrounded by salt water. I live in the middle of the ocean and I am surrounded by salt water. Okay, so when you get your painting papers to a good space where you liken them, I think I'm going to do some, looking for my baby jelly plate. I had it right here and then I moved it. Here it is. Got my little baby jelly plate, which I really like. Bye, Chan. Thanks for hanging in. Hey, Artsy Girl Marilyn. How are you doing? A salt lamp is, they're made, it's like a big, huge piece of salt. And they put a light inside of it. They carve it out inside. And a lot of them are Himalayan sea salt lamps. And, salt is known to have the properties to balance your emotions and balance things going on for you. So, I don't have one anymore. I used to have one, and then when I moved, I gave it away, and then I don't have one where I live. But I live in the middle of the ocean, so I have a feeling that that I'm covered in that area. That my salt thing, I'm covered. I'm covered. How many of you guys made the gift card holder from last week? Did any of you guys make it? We are balanced now. Can I taste the salt in the air? Joyce, you probably can. I don't notice it because I've lived here so long. I will tell you, everything rusts really quickly here. So, it's like, you just got to go with it. Hi, Jillian. How are you? Welcome. We're happy you're here. Oh my gosh, you guys. This has been just a crazy week already. And that little... Susan says we're balanced down. Okay, I'm going to take your word for it, Susan. I'm glad. Because I need to feel balanced. At least today, I need to feel balanced. Okay, I'm going to... I feel my sprays. You know me and my Lindy's Stamp Gang sprays. I gotta have some sprays. Can't do this without some sprays. Gotta have my sprays. I gotta have my... Gotta have some sprays and gotta have some... Gotta have some... We gotta do this with this copper color. Bet, what are you gonna do for your... Bet, what are you gonna do for your birthday? Oh no, Anne. Oh no, Anne, I hope your arm is better. I really do. I really hope your arm is better. I hope your arm is better. I hurt my shoulder too, Anne, and I don't know what I did to it. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out whether I just really hurt it. Remember way back when I was pulling those bananas, when we were digging up the bananas because of our neighbor and the whole banana fiasco? I honestly don't know what I did, but I think my arm has not been the same, my left arm. I'm going to have to break down and go to either the acupuncturist or to the chiropractor because it has been crazy painful. I don't take anything, so I really can't take pain meds, so I don't take anything except a couple of Advil every now and then. You're going out to eat, Bet? Aw. No, we don't have any snakes here. We do have deer. We have deer here. You guys, it'll get you guys upset if I tell you. So it's like, there were no native animals here, you guys, just birds. And Polynesians brought pigs and dogs. You know, they brought pigs and dogs from where they came from. And every time somebody came here, they brought something. So we have wild goats, we have chickens everywhere, you guys. People, you know, if a hurricane or wind blows, anyway, we have lots of chickens everywhere. And then they brought game for people to hunt. Because I'm not a hunter. So, I mean, and I'm not opposed to it if you eat what you hunt. But just to hunt animals, you know, and in this day and age when you can go to the store and buy what you need, you know, you don't necessarily, most people that come to visit here, like, and it's not necessarily hunting for people that don't have food here. It's like hunting, like, you know, wild, anyway, they have deer here. They do. To promote a hunting thing, and I'm not a big hunting thing. We don't have snakes here. We have centipedes. Those are really the only poisonous things, and scorpions, but we don't have a lot of them. We have mongoose here. Somebody brought, because, you know, when the ships started coming here, rats started coming here, or rats came on the ships, right? So somebody had the bright idea to bring mongoose here. So we have mongoose, and guess what? Mongoose eat all the eggs for all the birds, so that's a whole big thing, whole problem, because many of the native birds and Hawaiian birds, like the nene, they roost and have their nests on the ground. And mongoose are not nocturnal, so rats don't hunt them. So it's just, you guys, it was definitely not a thought out plan. So we have mongoose, which eat the bird eggs. Then we have, what else do we have? We have mongoose. We have beautiful birds. We have beautiful birds here. All kinds of butterflies. I mean, there's bugs and stuff, but there's not. We have lots of lizards and geckos, and we have chameleons, which are cool, which are also called Jacksons. Hi, Sean. Oh, Sean, you missed it. We had a ridiculous troll. But Susan, the Popo, got him. Susan Popo. I'm not a big fan of snakes, you guys. So that's the one good thing about living here. There's no snakes. Okay, I have some papers. I've got more papers to do. I want to try and make enough papers to go into my journal. But what I think I may do is because I do, you guys know I already have a bunch of painting papers that I've painted. So my faux journal is dry. I just need to cut the top of it. I just have to decide how I'm cutting it. We missed you, Sean. You should have been here earlier. Then you could have endured the ridiculousness of all of us. He was an epic troll. He kept reinventing himself and coming back. Oh, that's cool. I haven't heard from Sarita. Oh, Sean, you missed it. And he was not even he was an ugly troll. Yes, Sean. Trolls like crafting lady streams. Is that the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I'm going to go ahead and poke the holes for my traveler's notebook. Say I am, if I can find my hole puncher. Yeah, Sean, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I have not heard from Sarita. Has anybody else heard from Sarita? She used to come and hang out. I don't, honestly, I don't. Maybe I should measure. Guys, this is probably something I should measure, right? That would be good if I measured it. You guys, I need to measure. I haven't heard from her. Please, if anybody's friends with her, please, message her and let her know that we're thinking of her. Pat, we're thinking of you too. We haven't forgotten you. Everybody's sending you love, Pat. Everybody's sending you love. Bye, Linda. We're happy you came to hang out with us. Rosemary checked in. Awesome. Bye, Linda. Big hugs. Well, I'm glad Rosemary's good. Do you think she felt the love, you guys? Do you think Rosemary knew that we were like all thinking of her? She felt the love. Hey, Deborah. Yeah, Sean, we're notorious for crafting lady streams or what or what all people want to be in. Oh, Lord. Bye, Linda. Hope you have a wonderful week. Okay, now that I have my holes, put my 2 holes punched in, I'm going to need to punch in a hole with a needle in the center if I'm going to put a, needed to make my holes bigger for my elastic. So, oh my goodness, you guys. It's been a weird week. I will be glad when Friday comes. I will be so glad when Friday comes. How many of you guys are going to be glad when Friday comes? Besides me. This would be better if you did it with an awl, but I don't know where mine is since I moved my craft room. I do know where it is, but it's in the other room in my closet. So it isn't going to help me right now. So, anyway. Good night, Kate. Maybe we'll see you Friday. Maybe we will see you Friday. I even need to make it bigger. This elastic is a little thicker than I normally like, but it's what because I've had it for so long, I don't even know why I bought it. I didn't buy it to make traveler's notebooks, you guys. I bought it for some other crafting thing I was doing. And honestly, I don't remember. This is 2mm elastic, I think, and I think for a traveler's notebook, it's probably better to use 1mm. A little tiny bit thinner. So, anyway. Catherine says she's retired, so every day is Friday. That's awesome, Catherine. That is awesome. Okay, I'm just trying to pull my elastic through so that I can go ahead and start putting some of the painty papers that I like in my little makeshift journal. My little makeshift journal. Hi, Helen. We're happy that you're here, Helen. You're back, Deb? Awesome. We all love ourselves some Shannon Green. Shannon is awesome. Miss Shannon Green is awesome. We love ourselves some Shannon Green. So if you guys have never made a traveler's notebook, you need two, well, you can put multiple signatures in it. But the way I make mine, you can put your elastic side by side, or you could put it one on top of each other. Whatever suits you better. Whatever works for you. Since I'm making mine out of a brown bag, I'm doing it on top of each other. Deb, you're cutting pictures from a magazine for what? To make collage? Is that what you're doing, or what are you cutting it for? Are you making a journal for no reason, like Miss Shannon Green does? Oh, you guys, today was the most ridiculous day. Yesterday was even more ridiculous. Yesterday I had this deadline that I had to meet, so I didn't sleep the whole weekend. It was ridiculous trying to do all of this ridiculous paperwork. And it was ridiculous. What did you say? Not me wet? Yes, Scrap and Lizzie. Which Susan sent you that purse? We all watched her video, and I even said to Susan Z, I said, did you just send Lizzie that purse? She said, it wasn't me. I said, well, whoever it was an awesome purse. Okay, so you need 2 pieces of elastic in the center, and you can tie it. I'm not going to tie mine really tight because I don't know how many what I'm going to stick. I don't know how thick my papers are going to be, but I'll tie it tight enough. It was an awesome journal. Awesome purse. Whoever sent it to you, Lizzie. We all thought it was awesome. Lizzie might be napping. Okay, it's late. It's late on the East Coast. I get it. All right, so I have those 2, and then I just need to go ahead and put my one in the center here. Let me fold my journal in half, and let me figure out how much elasticity am I gonna need for this one. Okay, let me just I'll cut a little bit bigger than that. And then I'm gonna poke my hole in the back. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You're off to a show with your Zen pain control, Artsy Marilyn. Okay. I need some Zen pain. You know, all I've been able to do. Mary Kay said, what happened, Shelley? It's time to let the ridiculous go. Mary Kay, I'm trying to let the ridiculousness go. It is not solely up to me. If it was, I would have already been done with this ridiculousness. But soon. But very soon. Very, very soon. I'm assured the ridiculousness will be gone by January, fully. So we're hoping that the ridiculousness can be gone before that. We are hoping. We are hoping that it can be gone before January. Because I can't see any point to it. I'm sorry, I don't have everything. You guys know I moved my craft room back into where it originally was. And I was all excited and getting it all set up. And then I found out yesterday that I have to move it back to where it was before, and I did not have the energy to do it, so I haven't. So all my stuff is, we don't even need to talk about it. But you know what? I'm lucky that I have a space to even craft in, so I shouldn't say that. I should just say, oh, this is so awesome. I got to move everything out of my craft room to move everything back in my craft space. So I'm thinking while it's not in my space, I might paint it. Might paint the space that it's going back into. You love my lizard stories because you check the toilet paper roll. Helen, you have no idea the lizard stories I've had lately. What did I have the other day? I think I told you guys last week. I don't know. So it was really early in the morning, and I've been getting up super early because I've had to be getting up to be on East Coast time. And you know, East Coast time is 6 hours different than Hawaii time. I'm sorry, guys, I can't, because I don't have an awl, and I don't want to make a huge hole in this thing, but I need to have a bigger hole for the elastic. It's just a little trying. So it was really early. I want to say it was like 5, and it wasn't daylight here yet, you guys. And I had to be up for a call. And Hottie got up with me, but you know the dog, I take the dog out to walk the dog really early in the morning, and I do that by myself. And you know, we have a dog, a cat, and a bunny. And children. They're mostly grown except for one 11-year-old. So, and she has to be at school. We have to leave our house in the morning, like by 6:20, 6:30 at the very latest to get her to school on time. School starts early here. Anyway, so I have on the floor next to the couch is Hottie's laptop. And my purse is right next to it, and it's open. Because I was looking for something. I have a tiny purse also, you guys. Like, optimal word, really small. Like, what do my kids call it? They call it the black hole, but it's like, it's such a small purse, like, it's tiny. Anyway, I'm trying to get the other side of the elastic, you guys. I am not having 100% success. Anyway, I see this tail. Well, the cat, first of all, the cat has to get up before everybody else. And we leave our screen door open for the dog to go in and out. And the screen door opens up to the backyard. The bugs are not so bad here, you guys. So we really don't have bad bugs. Anyway, so the cat has already gone out, and she has a bell on because she catches birds, and I don't like that, so she wears a bell. So you can hear her running around outside. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, right? You can hear her outside, ding, 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 you know, her bell running around. So everybody gets up with me when I get up. I mean, even if I want that moment to myself, I don't get it to myself, you guys. It's like only in my head do I get it to myself. I need a piece of tape. If I had a piece of tape, then I could make like a needle with it, but I don't have one over here. Anyway, so the laptop's on the ground. The cat runs in. I had just been outside walking the dog. The cat loves to terrorize the dog, and the dog freaks out. Anyway, I see this tail. The cat had jumped in, and the cat and the dog are scrambling. Then I see this tail. All I see is a long tail, and she is notorious for catching mice and bringing them in. She usually brings them in like she did with the lizards. She usually brings in the mice, and she doesn't kill them, okay? She brings them in and drops them wherever you are. And so I was like, it's like 5 in the morning and it's dark, and all I can see is a tail. And I'm like, oh my God. And I tell Huddy, I'm like, I think she brought in a mouse. I just saw a tail, and it jumped over the laptop that's right there on the floor, right? And I'm like, I just saw a tail. I just saw a tail. And I'm like having a moment. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. He gets on. He gets down the ground. He's looking around. He's like, Shelly, if it was there, it's gone now. You know, and the cat and the dog are running around. And, you know, it's like early. So anyway, fast forward, you know. Take my daughter to school. All this stuff. My purse is still sitting on the floor. It's like an hour later, 2 hours later. It's after... So it's like 2 hours later, because by the time I got back from taking her to school, no, I didn't take my purse. I had my wallet in the car from earlier. So I had, you know, my driver's license or whatever in the car, but my purse was sitting on the floor. I needed something out of my purse. And I said to him, this is like 2 or 3 hours later, I said, I need my purse. I said, could you do me a favor? He's like, what? I said, could you shake my purse? I said, because if that mouse is in there, and he was like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm like the way my life has gone lately, I said, if that mouse is in there, I am not going to be happy. I am so not going to be happy if that mouse is in there. He's like, oh, all right. You know, basically, they all think I'm crazy anyway. So he dumps out my purse. Like, he dumps it out, and you guys, the biggest lizard I have ever seen came flying out of my purse. Of course, I screamed. Of course, he's rolling with fits of laughter, which I don't find entertaining at all. So the cat obviously had brought in a lizard, and the lizard had been waiting in my purse for hours. You know, so you guys, it's never dull here. It is never dull. Sometimes the dull is good. Guys, I'm trying to poke this. I can't. The elastic is too big to fit through the needle. Oh, I know it'll work. Duh, I'm a little slow. The elastic's too big to fit through the needle, so I was just trying to poke it through, but I can't. So you guys, that's my life. Okay, lizards. Although we have been getting better with the lizard thing, we haven't found as many lizard tails. She doesn't kill anything. Oh, she got a bird the other day, though, you guys. It was awful. I found bird feathers everywhere. She didn't kill the bird, and I was asking my daughter because I was on a conference call, and I said, I heard a bunch of racket, and then when I got off the phone, I saw all these bird feathers, and I said, please don't tell me that the cat got a bird. She goes, yeah, she got a bird. I said, well, did she kill it? She's like, no. She goes, I opened the door. She said, I saw her with the bird. You were on the phone. You told me not to yell. Because her friends come over all hours of the day, you know, screaming for her outside. She said, so I opened up the door. All of our bedrooms have a patio, sliding glass door that opens up to the backyard. So she goes, I opened up my door, got the cat with the bird, because the cat was bringing the bird into her, to my daughter. All right, let's hope this works. Yay, it worked! Yay! She said I yelled for the cat, and the cat came in, and then the cat came into her room to give her the bird, and then she said, and I opened the door and scared the cat, and let go of the bird flew out. But there were feathers everywhere, you guys. So she said, it flew away, and so then I scoured the backyard, and I didn't find any bird. You know, so, you guys, it's never dull here, never dull. Okay, good, yay! Okay, so I did that, and I don't know, maybe I'll cut, let me put some of the papers in before I cut it, and let's see. Okay, so this is the idea of the traveler's notebook part. Okay, so, I'm sorry. What is it? Are you there, Cassandra? Oh, you know what? If you watch on your tablet, Carla, there's a way, if Scotty's around, she can tell you how to get in on the chat on your tablet. I can't tell you. I am not good at that. I'm going to cut off one of them. Cassandra, I loved the rack that you sent Susan. It was a nice rack. It was an awesome rack. Okay, so just so you guys can get an idea of what I'm going to do with my Painty papers. What I'm going to do with my Painty papers. Are they too small for this? No, they're good. Okay. I may have to paint on the other sides of them too, but then you guys kind of get the idea. So that's my life, you guys. You're in the right place, Carla. You're in the right place. I don't know how to tell you to get it on. I don't know how to tell you to get it on your tablet. Scotty had directions somewhere on Crafting Mamas in the Facebook group. Scotty had directions on how to watch via your Okay, yay, you guys. I mean, I'm not totally finished with my Painty papers, but I'm getting it together, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to go back over some of them. So I know some of them are in the ugly stage, and I know some of you are going, like, those are the most ugliest Painty papers ever. It doesn't matter. They end up awesome when you never use them like this plain, but they end up awesome as components in your work. So they end up awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, I'm going to have my own book of painty papers. I'm super excited. I'm going to have my book of painted papers. And yes, they all need an extra, they all need another layer, but that's okay. Because at least I have some to do other layers on, and I could do some on the back of them too. I'm excited. I'm totally excited. Woohoo! Got some painty papers. I'm excited. And then I can also do some stamping. I'm excited. I'm excited. What, Miss Vicky? What did I miss? What did I miss? Hers started buffering and she lost connections. I'm sorry. You guys, I have had my own YouTube issues lately, and I can't even tell you why. I don't even know why. I don't know why. I've had my own YouTube issues. I was watching, I don't know who I might have been watching you on, trying to watch you on Sunday, Carla, and I was having issues. So, I don't know. You know, everybody was talking about all these cool things that YouTube has been doing. And that may be it. Maybe they're doing all kinds of stuff to maybe they're doing stuff to, you know, upgrade things. And my system is old and can't be upgraded or whatever because, guys, I live in the tropics. What can I tell you? But I'm loving it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to have my own painty paper book. Like, look, it's going to be cool. I'm so excited. Like, look, I mean, I know I still need to work on it, but, like, awesome. Awesome. You're going to lurk for the rest of the night. Well, we love you, Carla. Let us know when you get your video. Carla's going to have a really cool video thing going on soon, you guys. So you got to keep up with her channel, Caged Fish. And I think I'm going to get my stamps out now. Caged Fish. And she will, and you'll be able to see her promos and stuff that she's going to do for her videos. I know, I'm excited about it. Susan sent you instructions, Carla. I'm excited. I'm going to really like this. Wouldn't you guys like this? I mean, granted, I've got to work on more painting, and you guys know I have a whole load of painting papers up here on the floor in my box next to me. I'm excited. I'm going to get my stamp out. I'm going to do some circle stamping. I got some Carla circle stamping to do. I'm going to do some Carla circle stamping, and then I'm going to do some Carla circle stamping, and then I'll also got a couple of other stamps to work with. So if you guys are ATC kings and queens, for those of you that really like, or mixed media kings and queens, this is a great way for you to supply your mixed media papers with your painty paper book made from your own bits and pieces of brown paper, making your own painty paper book. Right? How many of you are going to make your own painty paper book so that you can keep your own painty? Think about it. If you have a really big envelope, you could use that too. I just made my own. You can make your own really big envelope if you wanted. Big hugs, Carla. You know, I don't know. I'm not a tablet person. I'm not a tablet person. So, guys, I'm not a tablet person. Night, Jillian. What's cool is I can add all my bits and my pieces and keep them all here. And I got all my painted papers going on in here too. So I have my book of painted papers. I'm excited. I'm super excited for my book of painted papers. And if you're an ATC lover, you have a pocket right here to put all your cards in for your ATCs. If you don't want to put them in, and I could also make a pocket in there too. I'm excited. I'm excited with my painted papers. I'm excited making my painted paper book, you guys. I am super duper excited. How many of you guys use these for your collage? How many of you actually use them in a collage book? You finished a big... Hi, Cassandra. We loved what you sent. What you sent Susan was super awesome. You sent her the best rack. That was awesome, Cassandra. Cassandra said she just used an envelope from the trash at work. See? Recycling, recycling, recycling. Good for you. I'm all about that, Cassandra. You know me. But I'm excited about this. This makes me so excited. I know this is so silly, but I am excited. Excited. And I can make a whole bunch more to go in here. I'm very excited. Very excited. Very excited. Awesome, awesome, awesomeness. I may go back and color and paint on the other sides. Am I making my painted papers double-sided? I don't know, but I'm excited about it. All the same. Super excited. Super duper duper excited. Super excited. Hi, Super Beth. How did I make it small? I just made it out of a brown paper bag. Made my own envelope out of a brown paper bag. Is that what you're asking, Carla? Or are you talking to somebody else? I'm excited. Super excited. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to put my... Sorry, guys. The dog has decided to bark. Hey, sweetheart. Somebody's at the door for you. Remember what I mentioned to you? Guys, nothing like having kids. I told her, I asked her, I said, you know, your friends always come whenever I'm doing my stream and yell for you. Can you please be aware? And you know, and she's like, oh, I will. And then I tell her they're here, and she's like, okay, like, instead of, like, going out to deal with them. Guys, I'm super excited about my painting paper book. I'm very excited about it. Can you take the dog, too? Otherwise, the dog's going to cry. The dog thinks that she's a child, too. So when the kids come over to play with my daughter, the dog thinks that she has to go. Do you hear her? It's all because she thinks she needs to go outside too. Do you guys, do you get the scope of the ridiculousness of my life? Can you get the full-blown scope of it all? Can you really get the full-blown scope of the ridiculousness of my life? Guys, never dull. Never, ever, ever dull. Never dull. Never dull. Never, never, never dull. Cassandra, you have to make yourself one of these books. It's like so fun. You're going to like love it. You're going to be like, oh, that is like super fun. I'm going to make myself a book out of, I'm going to make myself a painting paper book. I'm going to make myself a painting paper book. So, you guys have to get your painting papers on, make yourself a couple painting paper books. Then you'll have all you need for your ATCs, for your collage. And who was it that was cutting up magazine images? Cut your magazine images up. Make yourself some pockets, stick them in. There's also the big pocket in the front of your envelope that you can use. And use it. Go for it. You're going to make it this weekend? Ooh, it's fun. Night, Kim. Big hugs, Kim. Night, night, night. This one needs to dry, but I'm going to put that one in my book too. So voila, before you know it, you'll have a whole painting paper book, you guys. Before you know it, you'll have painting paper extravaganza book. And then you can use them for anything that you want. You can use them for your pockets. You can use it for your embellishments. You can use it for Happy Mail. If you wanted to send some Happy Mail out to somebody, you can add a couple of your painting papers in there if you felt like it. Awesome. I know, it's a whippet. Our dog is a whippet. Can you hear him? She's barking. She thinks she's a kid. She's like, oh my gosh, you guys, in the morning when we're going to school, it's like if we don't take her with us, it's like a nightmare. Like she has to ride in the car to go to school. Okay? Like sometimes I'm going somewhere that I can't actually take the dog. So I have to take her anyway, and then I have to come back and leave the dog. She'll cry. Jeez, you have heard how loud she was crying. And we leave so early, it's not fair to the neighbors. Oh, I've stamped on my jelly plate. I've done it a few times. I enjoy stamping on the jelly plate. I was just trying to use up some of the paint that I had here. Sweetheart, the dog got out and your friends are here. Please. Now. The dog, you guys, the dog got out to play with the kids. Isn't that great? All right, you lovelies. You know, my crazy whippet is making she's a sweet girl. But she's like having her own moment. All right, my lovelies, how many of you girls are ready to draw this lovely time to an end? We've had a wonderful time. I've had a wonderful time with you guys. I'm sorry about the ridiculous troll. That was bizarre and weird. But I'm glad that that's done. You know that tone of voice? What's the tone of voice? You're using the YouTube app? Awesome. Did you fix it, Carla, or no? Oh, good night, Laurel. All right, ladies, put your feet on the floor and let's have like a couple minutes of zen. I know I need it. Okay, image yourself in a big, and for those of you that want to join in on the energy work, all you need to do is say yes. You need to go over there. If you would like the energy work, just say yes. You can see the chat now, Carla? You can? Oh, good. So let's just have a few minutes of relaxation, and for those of you that want to leave, you can, and for those that want to stick around and paint a little longer, I might paint, but let's just do a little zen for a few minutes. So image yourself in a big column of light. This is your column of light. It belongs to you. When you look up, you can't see the top, and when you look down, you can't see the bottom. I want you to focus on your heart. And I want you to give yourself permission to breathe in and allow through your breath for you to receive anything that you require desire more, some peace, calm, more support in any area of your life. On the inhale, I want you to breathe that love and support in. Ready? Breathe it in. And on the exhale, I want you to let go of anything else. And breathe in what you would like to receive. Breathe it in. And let go of anything else. And breathe in what you'd like to receive. And let go of anything else. And one more time. Receive in love. And release in love. Now, as you breathe in and receive everything that you need, require, and desire, I want you to exhale and send out everything that you're asking for to everyone here. More calm, more peace, more love. So breathe in that whatever it is that you're asking for, breathe it in and receive it wholeheartedly. And I want you to send it out to everyone here. Receive in love and give in love. Receive in love and give in love. And one more time. Receive in love and give in love. So for those of you that want to stay around and paint with me a little longer, I'm going to paint for a little bit more. And for those of you that need to leave, I totally get it. Tell us how you feel, see, tell me what you feel, see, think, or know. Some people feel things, some people see things, and some people just know. I feel much better. I should have done that at the beginning when the stalker, not the stalker, what was he, the troll was there. I should have done it then. But I didn't. I didn't breathe my zen in. Roxanne, hi Phaedra. We just sent everybody over to your channel to look at your beautiful Butter is Better, Better with Butter journal. So I'm glad, Beth. You go do what you need to do, Popo. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. Hopefully the troll won't come while you're gone. Phaedra, I loved your Better with Butter journal. It was awesome. Good night, Cassandra. Maybe we'll see you on Friday. Your Better with Butter journal is awesome. I love it. It's really amazing. Oh, I'm glad, Bridgeline. We've missed you. We have missed you. You guys make sure you post your artwork in our Facebook group. Go online and post it. Crafting Mamas on Facebook. Go post your artwork. We've had a couple random giveaways, so I'm the Painty Paper Queen, Helen. You know what? I'm addicted to painty papers. I am like so addicted to painty papers. If you guys saw the pile that I've made the past few weeks, but you know what? Honestly, when I make journals, they're in a lot of the journals I make, and so I don't keep them for myself. Some of them I keep. Phaedra, that journal was awesome. I have to tell you, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. And I was thrilled that you made yourself a journal. You know, I don't make myself enough stuff. I usually end up letting it go. So I was like, I love your journal. I just think it's fabulous. Fabulous journal, Miss Phaedra. So what we made today, Phaedra, is we made the envelope, and then we're filling it with painty papers. And so they're painted all on one side. They need to be painted on the other side. And you know, the papers, obviously the idea with the painty papers is that they're going to be used. They're not just going to be painted papers. Hey, Scotty. We are still here. We are still here. Mary Kay, that's awesome. Send out your painting papers. That's awesome. Definitely go check out Phaedra's channel. You guys will really love her work. She makes beautiful things. She's a doll maker, but she makes beautiful journals too. Carla, did you fix your stuff? Did you finally fix it? I'm not good on tablets, you guys. I'm not a tablet queen, so I don't know. I can't really help on a tablet. I cannot help on a tablet. I know, right? Give everything away. Helen said, Susan, she's never seen the Popo take a potty break. We have to thank Susan. If it wasn't for Susan, we'd be overrun by the ridiculous troll. That's so stupid, you guys, in a paper crafting group on top of it all. It's so silly. So ridiculously silly. So I've got a few more painting papers to add to my painting paper book. And I am liking my, you guys, it's the painting papers. Not gonna lie. Loving my painting papers. Gotta have my painting papers. You're right, Helen, I am the queen of painting papers. I'm not the only one, though. Some of you guys are as addicted to painting papers as I am. I know it, because I've seen it in your work. I've seen it in your work. I've seen it in your work. You weren't using the app? Make sure you take the dog collar, okay? Okay. Just make sure you do that, okay? Take your phone, please. I'm sorry, guys. She's like... The dog got out, so because the neighborhood kids came over to see if my daughter would come play with them. And she was finishing her work, so they took the dog. Guys, this is how ridiculous my life is. The neighborhood kids took the dog because the dog thinks that she's a child too. Okay, she thinks that she is one of them. They took the dog, and the dog is happy as a clam, I'm sure, over there playing with them because she thinks that she is one of them. Life, what can I do? You weren't using the app, so it didn't work, and now you're using the app and it works. Carla, you know better how to use it than me, because I don't know how to use it at all. Okay? So, if you guys head over and watch Carla's channel today, she did sparkling H2Os. She worked with sparkling H2Os today. It was cool, Carla. I enjoyed it. I didn't chat, but I was there. I was dealing with some papers. I was on the phone. Yeah, so I could watch, but I couldn't chat. You're not amused? Wait, hey, but you're better at it than me. I wouldn't even be able to figure it out. So at least you figured it out. At least you figured it out. That's better than me. At least you figured out how to even get on with that. I mean, if it had been me, I might have not even never figured that out. It's cool in Texas. The weather's good. Oh, you have a great week, Helen. We're happy to see you again. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday. Maybe you'll come and join us on Friday if you're around. Fridays are always fun because it's Aloha Friday. Carla, are sparkling H2Os like magicals? Yeah, but you know what? If you mention it, then people can find them when they're on sale. I mean, You know, I mentioned Magicals because of Dee Dee, and they're expensive regularly, but they had them on sale at Create and Craft for like $5. They had like a promo. They were like $5 for 6 of them. It's already cold in New York, Cassandra? Oh no. Cassandra, I may be coming to the East Coast in November. If I do and I have to come through New York, I'll call you and maybe we can meet up for coffee. Would you meet me for coffee, Cassandra? I have to fly to the East Coast, so I may, and then I still have a house in in New York, you guys, so I may have to go deal with my house. It's not in New York City, but then I'm going to go visit a friend in the city. And that's where you live, in the city, right, Cassandra? You never tried Magicals? I think the H2Os might be like it. Yes, coffee, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Actually, maybe, do you like Indian food, Cassandra? If we can go for Indian food or Thai food. Oh, guys, the food in New York City is the best. I have to say, the food is awesome. I will let you know. It won't be, if I go, it's going to be like middle of November. I won't know. Okay, you know, I don't know yet. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. But I'll let you know. I'll totally let you know. I used to live on the Upper East Side. So some of my favorite little restaurants to eat there. Saigon Grill. Do you ever eat at Saigon Grill, Cassandra? And I love Bellucci's Indian food. Do you like them? They're really great delivery. So I'm getting my painty paper thing going on here. Got some more painty papers going on, and you guys, you can never have too many painty papers if you make mixed media work. You know, you're never going to use the piece in its entirety. It's always going to be just a component in something that you make. So if you find one day that you're just doing black and white painty papers, that's awesome. And then the next time you do different color painty papers. And as you go through your genre of painty papers, you'll be like, oh, well, I have this color and that color, and then you have them all stored and use them all. Isn't that cool? I got my Carla stamp out and doing my painty papers with my Carla stamp. Good night, Bridgeline. I better detour to Texas. Oh, Susan, if I can, I will. You know I will. I heard they finished part of the 2nd Avenue subway. That's awesome. Good night, Bridgeline. I hope that you have a wonderful week. The rest of your week is wonderful at work. And you can skip all the ridiculousness that I've had to deal with this week. That I've dealt with this week, and everybody else that has had ridiculousness. So, did Miss V.A. Pearl, did she leave us? Miss Vicky Pearl? Miss Vicky Pearl! Painting papers are versatile and addictive. You're absolutely right, Miss Phaedra. Well, I have all this paint left over, and I have all these tiny newspaper prints, and I mean, I'm not going to use them in the same thing, but her computer died. Oh no. Today's been a day, you guys. That's all I can say. All I can say is I have had my own version of this day today, and I don't know. But the one thing I've almost finished I've got like 9 journals I'm working on, so I'm almost done. Hopefully I'll be done with them by Friday, and I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop. But I'm kind of loving some of them so much that I'm like, oh, do I really want to let them go? So that's the state I'm in. So so all of them have some painty papers in them. And all of them have all kinds of cool bits and pieces that I've made in them. Kind of like, I realize that for me, I get so into it that it's probably not, not, it's like, I spend so much time on them all. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, they become like, it's so silly. Carla, can you relate to this? They become like part of you. One of them I hand painted the cover, and can I tell you I'm in love with the cover? It's like so silly. I was like looking at it, painted it the other day, and I worked on it a little bit more last night after the paint dried, and I was just like really into it, and I was like, I need to step away from this. I'm not going to want to let it go. Phaedra, it's been a long time coming. I've been working on them in bits and pieces for a while. They're not anywhere near, like, I'm hoping to be done with them. I have to work on my things in stages. I'm not fast, and on top of not, or maybe I am fast. I guess I should tell myself I'm fast, and then I will be faster, right? But it's more than that. It's like they all have, like, they're all completely, they're similar in some ways, but they're different, you know? And they all have, like, a different feel to them, and so, but the hand-painted, the one that I made, the hand-painted, the one that I'm working on the hand-painted cover for right now, I'm like so in love with it that I'm like, I better finish it and let it go before I like look at it too much longer, because then I won't let it go. Like I need another journal. It is hard to let it go when you love it. Phaedra, I've been working on them for a long time though. You know what I mean? And it's not, they're different. They're all, you'll see. You'll see when I was going to try and do a flip through of them. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I got to get them finished to the point where I can put them in, where I can take pictures and put them in. There. So I'm in love with some of them. I like all of them, but some of them I'm like really in love with. Like some of them it's like, oh, I better let that go. I better not focus on it anymore. It's only been recently you can sell your stuff, Carla? Well, when I was making jewelry, I didn't have a hard time selling my stuff. But journals, I don't know what it is about making them. I don't know what it is. I really don't, but I'm like a little bit more attached. You always want to keep everything. I totally understand, Carla. I can totally relate. Susan says your fish bits rock. So she likes your fish bits. I'm excited for them too, Phaedra. I love them, but they're not like everybody else's journals. I realized in making them and putting them together that my vision or my style or my whatever you want to call it, I don't know. It's like so different than everybody else's in ways that, in what people, I don't know, you'll see it. They're journals. They're still the same that way, but the contents are a little bit different. Anyway, I'm liking them. I'm enjoying them. Carla says fish bits she can let go of with little problem. I understand. Well, that's good, Carla. Made these tags, you guys, this past week, and I'm in love with them. I made my own homemade texture paste. Have you guys done that? With like baking soda and paint and glue. It's a little gritty, but the recipe that I have is a little gritty. I might look for a different recipe, but anyway, I made these tags. And you have to use it right away, so you can't make it like in big batches because it dries really hard and it dries fast. So you can't store it even in an airtight container. But I made these tags and I stenciled all these cool things on them and then painted on them, and I'm like really liking them. I was just like, I can't look at it too much because if I look at them too much, I'll just want to keep it. You don't share well, Susan? I don't believe that. Feel better, Bet? You're not feeling good? Carla, you were an only child? How many children do you have, Carla? Don't you have children, or is it a figment of my imagination? You do, because I remember you made something for your grandchildren. Susan said, Vicki said they called the cable company to come out, and come to find out, Cat sat on the Wi-Fi button and turned it off. Oh no, Vicki! I love you, Vicki Pearl. Oh, Vicki! The cat sat on the Wi-Fi button. Oh my God, you guys! See, I told you the days. Now, Carla, can you tell I've used my stamp a lot? My block is no longer clean. It is stained with all kinds of stuff. My stamp is clean, but the block has like, I don't know, paint and stain and everything on it. Oh my gosh, that would so be my life. You have 4 kids, Carla. I just remember you making the journal for your granddaughter. Did she like it? Your granddaughter? Cassandra, that's my life. You know what? It would be like I would call the cable company, yell at them, whatever, and then it would be me that did it. So the cat doing it is like totally perfect. Tell Vicki I love her. You can tell her we're still here waiting on her. Tell her, say, Vicki, Shelly's waiting on you, man. She is like so waiting on you. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. That's so my life. That would so be my life, you guys. So be my life. And maybe in 2 weeks, I keep saying it, but I can't really discuss what I'm going through right now, but in a couple weeks I can. And maybe by January I can totally discuss it. But it's just too much right now. I'm loving this book though. I'm loving it. I might draw on it though. I might draw on the cover. But I'm liking all my circle papers. My circle papers. I'm liking my circle papers. Liking the circle papers. May have to cut them off to fit in the book though. May have to cut them off to fit in the book so that they. And I guess I could decide whether I want to paint on both sides of everything, which I don't have to, but I could decide. But if you're cutting it up for collage, you usually only use one side. So I'm liking them now. Please make today be over. I love you, Vicki. We love you. We all love you. We all love you, and we can relate to your day, okay? I can relate to your day, and I am sure that everyone here can relate to your day. Can everybody relate to Vicki's day? I can relate to your day, Vic. I can totally relate to your day. Yesterday, I kind of had a bummer of a day. Yesterday, I found out, you know what? I haven't been on social media. I used to be on social media very actively. And then when my older kids were younger, because we lived in New York City and they were actively on social media and kind of want to know what your kids are doing, right? Well, when I moved here, I kind of like stopped being on social media. So I kind of like lost touch with all my friends. And only in the past maybe 2 years have I been back on social media. And not that I don't want to say, and not that these are too thin, they're gonna get bent. Dang it, I need to make this looser. And not that rigorously, right? So yesterday, for whatever reason, past couple of days, I've been thinking about this friend of mine. I've been thinking about her and thinking about her and thinking about her and thinking about her. For no reason. I mean, I've just been thinking about her. I haven't been in contact with her in it's been over a year. Maybe a year and a half. And I was thinking about her and thinking, I mean, we've been childhood friends. So, and I was thinking about her and thinking about her and thinking about her. So last night, something made me, and I remember remember maybe a few months ago thinking about her too and thinking, oh, I should get in contact with her. And I remember seeing, actually looking for her on Facebook, and I don't remember if I friend requested her or not, but I remember seeing that she had, these summer pictures posted, and I remember saying, somebody said, oh, great summer pictures or whatever, right? And they were she was hanging out with her kids and what have you. So I didn't think anything of it. Well, last night, it was really bothering me. I was like, okay. It was how you get this feeling where you need to do something and then you don't do it? I mean, that's just how it happens for me. I can't speak for how all the rest of you listen to your intuition, but that's just kind of how it works for me, And so finally, I don't know what made me do it, but I looked up her sister. I don't know. I looked at her posts and they looked the same as the last time, but that doesn't mean anything. Because, I mean, I don't really do anything on my main page either. It's usually just in the groups that I belong in. And something happened and I saw her post. I saw this beautiful picture of her on her sister's page. And then I scrolled, and it was a great picture. And I scrolled down and it said, I'm so sorry for your loss. So one of my dearest friends passed away. And I was like, ugh, so it made me just reflect on my life. And she's young, in her 50s. Right? And she had Crohn's disease, which I didn't know really people died from Crohn's disease. I mean, I know it's a really horrible thing to have, but I didn't really, this one paper is too big. I wasn't so aware that you could die from it. Maybe I'll put some of these. I'm gonna have to put these in that other sleeve and make smaller ones for that side. Anyway, so to make a very long story short, it kind of made me reflect on myself and reflect on all the things that I'm doing and all the things that I want to do that I haven't done. I mean, it's probably the same for all of you when you find out somebody that was near and dear to you passed away, right? So all I can say is that sort of shaded my day. More than anything, what shaded it was I loved her a lot. And we didn't have some big falling out or anything. It wasn't like that. It was just my life got in the way. So I don't know how many of you guys have that same sort of thing where your life just gets in the way sometimes. Your life just gets in the way and you don't get to tell people how much they mean to you, or you don't take the time, or you're so busy or whatever, right? Because it happens to all of us. So, with that being said, and look, I put my hand in black paint and put it on my thing. See, guys? Really, seriously. Not that it matters, because it's just a paper bag envelope, but it wasn't necessary. But with that being said, bye, Miss Lassie. I know, right? But for that being said, I just want to say to you guys, you really mean a lot to me. And I know that, none of us have really met each other in person. It's just this virtual friendship that we have. And just this craft sharing and ridiculous painting papers and whatever else we're doing that's ridiculous, right? But I just want you to know that that I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate that you show up every week and hang out and we chat about the most ridiculous things and deal with trolls and whatever other things that seem to be so ridiculous. But I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that you spend your time with me. And I just want to say thanks. That's all. Thanks for being part of my crafty peeps, and thanks for like going on this ridiculous crafting journey with me. Like, you should write my friend Stephanie a note and just tell her thank you, because if it wasn't for Stephanie, I wouldn't even be doing any of this, because I never had any aspirations. See, now I got black paint on the front too. So I guess that means it needs some black on it too, because I've got black everywhere on it. It's that black chalkboard paint, guys. It never stops giving. It's the black chalkboard paint that never quits giving. Anyway. Bye, Miss Aussie. You guys bring me so much joy. You really do. You really bring me so much joy. And I love laughing with you, and I love hanging with you, and I love hearing about your families and your dogs and the cool stuff you're doing. I love it. I appreciate it. And I would miss it if I didn't have it. Okay, I need to go back and fix my black mess on here, but I can, because I was going to add some more layers to it anyway. But like, look. I mean, what do you guys think? Wouldn't that be cool to get like a little paper envelope with, I could totally Mod Podge the paper bag so that it would be more. Me too, Maria. And I'm grateful that you're here. Yes, and Vicky's horse. I love your horse, Vicky. I couldn't have a stream without your horse. So I need to work on, I'll add more painty papers to it. I'll fix it. I gotta go back and fix it. Me too, I like it too, Anne. Me too, Anne. You guys mean a lot to me, you know, and I have been having, on a personal note, I've been having a really rough time lately. It's been really rough, but I'm getting through it, and pretty soon I'll be out on the other side, and you know, the other side's looking better and better every day. So if I can make one of these, you can make one of these. Go through, find your favorite stamps, get your book pages, get your stuff, and start making your own painty papers. And what's cool about it is you can take them out and reuse them in your projects. You can take them out and reuse them in your projects and make it, you know, put some magazine pages in here. I mean, I'll add some different ones. I'll take it apart and re-put it together. And, you know, I definitely need to do some glimmer mist on some of them. But it's a really fun way to select and save your painty papers. Thanks, Phaedra. Thanks. You're getting ready for your painty paper folder? Oh, good, Maria. Oh, Vicky, you're hilarious. Anybody want to use cat? Oh, Vicky. Vicky, that would be my life. The cat would have, the whole cat fiasco would have been me. The cat fiasco would have been moi. I would have had the cat fiasco. It would have been all on me. I'd have done the same thing. The cat fiasco would have been me. Totally, totally, totally. Well, I enjoyed making this. I enjoyed making it. I mean, I could do more to it. I could paint more paint. I could, you know, layer more paint and do some more stuff. Amberly says her baby's allergic to cats. Amberly, how's the dog? Did you end up giving it to your parents? Isn't Phaedra's butter video awesome? Isn't it a great journal? Phaedra, we're all in love with the journal. Did a great job. What about stiletto heels? What? Yeah, that journal's awesome. Today is almost over. So maybe we'll make another one of these on Friday. So get your brown paper bag, and I'll get some different stamps. You know what? I'll get out my homemade stamps. I don't know where they are. They're in a box. They're in a box in my. You know, they're in a box. We're making you blush. How are we making you blush? We're excited for you. It's a beautiful, beautiful journal. I love the fact that you made it out of a butter box. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm liking it, Vicki. I'm not liking the fact that I got black on it, but I can go back. It needs maybe some black anyway because I put black eyes on it, but I was going to draw on it. So maybe I'll draw and doodle on the cover, and then I will Mod Podge it so that it has a really cool texture. And then baby powder over the Mod Podge, and then I'll add a bunch of different painty papers to it. And I'll add some other painty papers to the inside of it. The stiletto heels. Oh my God, Susan, I'm sorry, I'm a little slow. So Vicki, the cat knocks out your internet. My 11-year-old wears stiletto heels and knocks out my internet. Okay, I could be, that is a big frustration. Susan's right. See, I'm slow. She wears stiletto heels. One of her sisters gave me, you guys, I haven't worn heels in years. I don't wear heels anymore. There's no point. And the fader was thinking outside the butter box. Anyway, so my older daughter gave me some stilettos, and I don't need, and I was like, seriously? So instead of me, I was going to give them away. I'm sorry, Amberly, about your pup. So I was going to give them away, but I didn't. Because, your kids are always like, well, I gave you those, even though I'll never wear them. But my 11-year-old, her feet are big enough, so she wears them. She wears them all around the house, and she knocks out our internet. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Well, I loved your butter journal. I thought it was awesome. It was so awesome. It was super cool. All right, my lovelies. I'm feeling better. Are you guys feeling any better? I hope so. Next time I'll do the energy work at the beginning of the stream, and I'll feel better the whole time because I feel a whole lot better. And you have to understand I work on myself all day long, but there's something different when you work in a larger group of people. It shifts everything for everyone. Well, I love you, my girls. Big, huge hugs. And I will put a link in the 26 people still watching. Awesome. Give me a thumbs up if you guys have enjoyed your trolling evening. And thank you so much, Susan. I cannot tell you how much I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being the popo tonight. Vicki says, now that the cat's butt is off her cable box, she feels much better. Bye, Super Beth. Oh my God, Cassandra, if you could see her in these heels, oh my Lord. She loves them. She comes home from school and puts them on and walks all around my house, but she knocks out my cable. It's like ridiculous. So silly. For whatever reason, the heel catches on the cord of the cable box or the internet in my room. Because she likes to watch television in my room. I don't even have a TV, I just have a computer. She likes to watch on my computer her Netflix shows and stand in her high heels. It's ridiculous. It's my life. Oh, Amberly, I'm sending you so much love. You have no idea. Okay, girls, I'm going to put my arms around you, and I want you to just open your hearts and breathe yourself back in. Enjoy and ask for what you need. Breathe it in. And then send out what you need. And breathe it in. And send it out. And breathe it in. And send it out. right, my girls. I love you so much. You have no idea. Go make tomorrow a better day. And now my life is hilarious, Phaedra. It's just my life. Between that and the blizzards, and you guys walk a day in my shoes and you'll just like roll your eyes. So they'll say, oh no. Can it get any more ridiculous? Anyway, big hugs. I don't know what we'll do on Friday. We might make another Painty paper journal, or maybe we'll make stencils. I don't know. It just depends upon how the rest of my week goes. All right, loves. I love you guys so, so much. And as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so, so, so much aloha. Susan, great popo job. You're awesome. Phaedra, awesome journal. If you guys haven't gone over and subscribed, just subscribe to Carla Cagefish. You'll enjoy her collage work. And go on over and check out Phaedra's Better Journal, and check out Barb Owen. You guys will love her too on Fridays at 2. It's a different time here for me. Anyway, big hugs, big love, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, Vicky Pearl. Aloha. Bye, ladies. Love, love, love you.